All right, so what's up? So today is not only like gonna be a like exposing. Yes, we are getting back into the series, but not only is it gonna be like exposing Satan and stuff, it's also gonna be like a testimony. I'm gonna be sharing what basically the title is. It's talking to the dead. Now, before I get into that, I just want to say after this, I'm going to be exposing another topic, which is branching from witchcraft. That's tarot cards and why you shouldn't do it. And then after that, it's going to be, the next topic is on yoga and why you should not also indulge in that. So to get back to the main topic, which is exposing the dead, exposing the dead, what? Talking to the dead. Um, I did say I was going to give a testimony. So, since I was like a young boy, right, I've I've always had this sense like there is something beyond like the physical realm, like beyond this life. And I was like, I'd probably say when I was like 11 or like 10, probably 12. Um, I was into like these shows, like Ghost Hunters and stuff like that. I was watching YouTube. And, like, let's not lie, we all mostly seen, like most of us seen those Ouija board videos, them talking to the dead. I probably say most of them were real. Some of them they just moved it, but let's not play dumb. Like, those Ouija boards are dangerous. Now, when I did this out of ignorance. Like I said before, I was basically like very much into like the spiritual realm, and I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Um, there was a time where I wanted to indulge into like the Ouija board stuff and spirit boxes like they did in Ghost Hunters, and little did I know that talking to the dead, well, it's not really the dead, but like talking to spirits is possible, but you're not going to be talking to like your dead relatives or your like guardian angel. That's not the case. When you do that, you're actually talking to demons, and I did not know this. It says in 2 Corinthians 11:14, it tells us that Satan disguises himself as an angel of light. And like I said before, I did this out of ignorance. When I figured this out, I was shocked. Like any else, one would. But this didn't stop me. So I try to go much more deeper into it. I try to figure out all these things, like get what I want, and like, you know, which I didn't know was witchcraft, and it wasn't godly or Christian at all. I probably say the time that really really showed me that yes, there are a such thing as spirits out there was when I had to be in like 16, like probably 16 or 15 years old, I forget. And there's this one night I'm like looking for all these, apps that like have like spirit boxes with like in the form of an app, right? And so I had downloaded one of them or like two of them or three, I forgot. And this one app like actually worked. Um, I didn't know what was gonna happen. I just pressed it, and it did this thing. I don't know. It just did this thing where it started searching for whatever was out there, and I put like my ear close to it. I think like I just noticed the phone itself was like picking up something. I put my like ear to the phone, and like all I heard was growling. I'm like, yo, and all I knew at that point was whatever just growled was not good, and I instantly turned off the phone. Not turn off the phone. I turned off the app and I deleted it. Now, ever since then, no one could tell me that there is no such thing as demons. There is no such thing as spirits. I know at that point, at that day, there is a such thing as spirits. I wasn't talking to my grandma. I wasn't talking to no dead relative. I was in contact with a demon. And there is so much danger when people do palm readings and talking to the dead and Ouija boards spirit boxes. There is so much danger into it. I've seen videos where people will like, where they would just like do the Ouija board, but in the middle of it, they would get possessed. They would like start laughing like uncontrollably, like start laughing, and they just wouldn't stop. They're like, yo, you okay? Like, nah, they're not okay. They're not okay. They start laughing uncontrollably, and just they got possessed right there on the spot. And it's crazy because this this generation, it's almost if like this generation does know what they're getting into, but they're choosing to like be ignorant to what they're doing. Because I know there's people out there like me who tell them like, "Yo, stay out of that. Don't get into it." You know, people who've experienced it before, people who actually indulged it themselves before in the past, and yet they still do not listen. They get into it, and they go way too deep into it, and now they're possessed, and they're just wearing black clothes, and they're in a bad attitude all day. And they're indulging in witchcraft without knowing it, and it's the spiritual realm is more real than this realm right here. It's more real than like the physical realm. Like all this, the clothes, it's more real than this video. It's more real than me talking to you right now. So that was my little testimony. Now we're also going to be doing a intro into the yoga, which I did not know myself was demonic. So all this came from a testimony. I forgot his name, but he used to be one of one of those, like yoga instructors. Thank God he's a Christian now. He found Christ, but he testifies on, the real dangers of yoga and why, it's not what you think. It's not just like stretching and saying random sounds and stuff. It's much more than you think. These are just notes. It isn't verbatim what he said, but these are just notes of what he said. I'm not gonna say all of it because this is just the intro of exposing yoga. But here we go. So yoga is actually, well, of course it's new age, but it's not what you think. Like I said before, yoga means to be yoked with, to be united with. When you're doing this, you're being an open door to demons. This is much older than you think. Like this is really old. I don't know how old, but I know it's really old. Yoga is actually, it's not even American. It's all Hindu. Hindu is demonic. It's definitely not of God. Definitely it has like idols and statues and yoga, like I said. To go on in the notes and in the text, the Vedas, the Bhagavad Bhagavad Gita. I don't know how you say it. I don't care what it is. And that's basically like their Hindu Bible. That's like their own type of Bible. It all talks about being yoked with the universal conscience. Most people going into yoga studios doing this have no idea about this. That's not the whole universal consciousness thing is not even their focus. They're going into it blindsided. They have no idea what they're about to like start doing. They don't know what the poses mean. They don't know what they're, they do them random sounds. So I don't want to imitate it, but they just don't know what they're getting into. I remember when I was in 5th grade, I believe. No, it was 6th grade, and there was like this random after school like program of yoga. This lady would come in. We'll go down to like the first floor. She'll come in, like we would like lay down the mats, smell my feet, and we'll just start doing yoga. Now my mom tried to warn me like don't get into it. Like mom, it's cool. I'm a kid. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm like mom, it's cool. It's alright. It's safe. She's like okay, go right ahead. Do what you want. Now I'm glad at the same time I'm glad that she let me go into it because this is all like leading up to my salvation. My believing in Jesus Christ. But after really like searching into it and going deep into it, I know that yoga is not what it is, what it seems to be at least. Let's go further into the notes. The people who go to yoga are mostly there for physical exercise or mental health. something that'll benefit their life and healthy and like to stay healthy and flexible. Now, don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with trying to like stay healthy and flexible, especially with the times we're going through. We just got through the COVID, and you know, people are like stressed about like some relatives and stuff. God bless them, but it's not about like it's not wrong to well, it's not even normal to like feel worried or like trying to stay healthy or like be flexible. There's nothing wrong with like trying to stay healthy, mentally and physically, but it matters on how you do it. Go further into the notes. There's nothing wrong. Yeah, like I said, there's nothing wrong with it, but it just matters. Like, do you even know what you're doing to like stop the pain? People who go into yoga, like I said, are have no idea the mission of what the mission of yoga is. To end it off there, I'm mostly going to be exposing the demons that are in yoga. There are certain, like you probably heard before, goddesses and gods and stuff. Lowercase g, by the way, because there's only one true God. But you know, every single thing about yoga is wrong. The poses, you know, I didn't even know this. I figured this out today. Did you know that each pose is meant to idolize, like the goddesses and like the gods? I did not know that. Each pose that you do, each like sound that you do, little ohms thing, every single thing you do is meant to like make yourself an open door to those demons. I'm not gonna share everything, but that's basically what I have for you today. Mostly on the weekends, I'll try to make more videos, but yeah, stay tuned. God bless.